right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Spotlight segment where we want to spotlight those that we feel are doing big things in the industry. And with us today, we have Miss ReRe Bridges. Go ahead, clap it up for
Hello.
Yes, Miss Riri.
you. Yes. Thank you for joining
How are
us.
you?
Of course.
And how
How
are
are
you?
you doing today? Yeah.
Doing great. And
It's good.
yourself?
Oh, we're doing
Doing
great. How are
fine.
you, Mike?
Doing fine. Sleepy but
Yeah.
we are
Very,
here.
very.
Chris?
I'm present.
Nice.
But I'm present.
It's like this Saturday, we all kind of just like making it like this Saturday is, oh my God, it's dragging for me.
Yeah.
Um,
And it's
it's
early,
something in the
but it's
weather, the air.
Yeah, definitely. So, let's go ahead and get into it. I know you're a model, ReRe. So, how did your modeling career take off?
how did it take off? I started in 2017 is when it started. My story with it. I know you guys have. Well, I think you guys have seen like a lot of before and after pictures of myself. I went through a lot of health issues, and I've always had different modeling agencies after me. They were always contacting me, wanting me to model with them. But because of the size I was at the time, I always felt that, I didn't really fit the model bubble and I wouldn't be welcomed, into the industry. And even though they kept saying, we want you, we want you, we want you, I, personally, I had too much fear in myself. And as time went on, my health kind of started declining. I was having all kinds of health issues, and I had to get 3 surgeries to save my life because that's just how bad my health was declining. I died on the table, and they had to bring me back and do some other
Oh
procedures,
wow.
to kind of save me. Yes, so all praise and thanks to God. And with my, I believe it was the very last surgery, I was on an extended bed rest. My esophagus kept closing on me, so I kept kind of almost suffocating. And so I was on a 3 month bed rest because they didn't want me moving around too much, and I was in extreme pain from the surgery itself. And so I was on bed rest for 3 months, and that time gave me it gave me a lot of time to pray and reflect and talk to God, and and I was just thinking, if I trusted God to save my life and bring me through everything that I was going through physically, then why was I afraid, of what man can or cannot say to me? Like the most they can say is
Nice.
no, and so, when I was on my bed rest and praying to God, and I just kind of made, declarations letting God know, okay, I'm living for you, I'm serving you, and these are the things, I would like to do. And, the modeling was one of them. And so when I made that declaration, it's pretty much as soon as I was healed and, able to move around, it was just
Mhm.
opportunities, once I answered the call, it was just opportunity after opportunity, just it just flooded, flooded open, and I'm just truly thankful.
Nice.
Oh,
Wow,
Nice. That's
great
beautiful.
story.
wow.
Great story. And
You never,
I'm glad that you shared that with us. Wow. You no, that was a good story. That was very good.
Thank
You're also an actress, and who or what inspired you to go that route?
With the acting, that kind of just trickled in, I guess, from the modeling. When I was, modeling and doing different shows, I travel modeling as well, internationally, and been globally published, everything. And so just posting all of my work from there, different directors were seeing me and, reaching out to me saying, hey, I can see you playing this role. I can see you playing that role. And modeling, and acting is something also that I wanted to do. When I was a lot younger, I used to be in heavy into theater, and I always said, oh, I want to get back into stage plays and just really jump back in. And so, when the opportunity presented itself, this was actually film, and so that was extremely exciting to me that, I was wanted for film. And so I just jumped into that and, doing projects here and there. And then, my work just been seeing more and more and more. And so then I was just blessed with the opportunity to just be on a bigger platform.
Nice.
That's amazing. Sometimes we be in one thing and it just takes us into another. And we don't even notice that we're actually being taken into that route until we turn around and look and be like, oh wait, am I really in a film? Am I really on film? Like, I understand, because that's pretty much how mine went as well, because I started out in a band, singing in a band, and just so happened one of the band members that was in the band with me, she was in film. And I rode with her one day to rehearsal. And after that rehearsal, she had to go to a rehearsal for a film that she was doing. And she was like, can you please just come along? And at first I was like, no, I don't want to impose. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to go to work that day. And she was like, no, just come. And good thing I said yes. And I ended up, being offered, some of the film just as background. And that was just exciting,
Yeah, yes. And I love it. Like, with acting, it just takes you into just a whole new realm. Like, you when you get out there, you're on set, and it's just like something just takes over, and it's just a completely different world. I love it.
Yeah, you get a chance to play someone else, and
Right.
you get it's make believe time, like when you were a kid. I'm actually I have an older sister. She's like 8 years. We 8 years apart, so I didn't have like my age group. So I would play make believe and imaginary time and stuff to myself. So acting is like it's fun because it's like it makes you feel like a kid again. You know?
It does. It
Yeah.
does.
I like that. You're like, if given the opportunity, you're able to play like older people. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? You're able to play someone young. You're able to play a mother. You might, you know what I'm saying? You might not be a mom. Are you able to play a nurse? That's probably something that you wanted to do, and you may end up getting a part playing that, and you can kind of like just relive different people's positions. You can live different people's positions just for a moment.
Well,
Right.
except the older part, I am old to say.
Yeah, I just come to the realization that I'm old.
I know, right? He said old person. I play that every day.
Oh,
I
you
know,
are.
right?
No, I disagree. No, no.
Well, no. Let me clarify. They said young adults is 18 to 35. So I don't have the young in front of the adult in them. I'm just an adult now.
Yeah,
Just
we
an
just
adult.
adults.
That's
Adults.
adult. Yeah,
Yep.
not old, just an adult.
We cannot call old unless you like 70, 60. You know what I'm saying? That's old. When
The
you having to
goal
put
in
bouquet
life.
on, when you get up in the morning on them knees,
And
rub it
they
in,
pray.
Yeah. How
then you up.
SpongeBob get out that chill? Just
Yeah,
You
that's
sit there and you reflect.
yes. When you don't even want to get out the chair no more. When the chair is,
Have a
when
reflection.
going to the kitchen is like, oh Lord, I gotta go to the kitchen.
Yeah.
When you like that, that's old. But right now we still able to get up, move, and do what we do. We gotta look at ourselves as we just adulting. That's all we doing.
Yeah. And so, ReRe, now you're part of EDH Media team, and share with us what you can on how EDH is continuing to grow with more content and future projects, because I'm always saying I'm dropping new stuff.
Oh man, God is really blessing over EDH. It's like, man, it's like a bomb. We just have so much going on over there. I'm the COO of EDH. That's the Chief Organizations Officer. Chief Operations Officer. I always fumble with that. So we have, let's see, we landed deals with, we have commercials. We do different commercials with different restaurants here in Houston, and also we have some in other cities, as I can't say too much, but we have other offers and contracts on the table in other locations outside of Houston. We are really blessed with our film. Right now, we have so many different short films, feature films, all coming out, and we do try to push. We try to keep a good rotation of films just constantly rolling, constantly coming out. We do have some really big things that we are working on. We have some producers from Hollywood on board, helping us get things grounded and getting things kind of in place to throw out there. I can't say too much, but just, I mean, everyone's gonna have to just kind of stay tuned and keep an eye out, because we have some amazing things coming.
That's great.
That's amazing.
That's
Congratulations.
With EDH, we are on a new mission now. We did kind of redirect and change the mission just according to just how God has been working, how God has been moving, and just how things are with the way of the world right now. So our new mission, we decided with our new mission that we are looking to do more work that is more inspirational, more with a God message. So we do target a lot of our work now. We are targeting real life situations, just different battles that the everyday man faces. And we are showing how to, when you're going through those situations, how to get over those situations, in a positive way. So our whole thing now is we're just wanting to send a positive message and just do it in a way that is real, to the everyday man, without it just being overly, how some inspirational stuff just can be overly kind of corny.
Yeah.
So that's our goal, is to be able to bring it and be able to reach those that are going through things. And so, with also part of our mission, with making sure that we do, highlight God as well. So we, moving forward with our work, we do have like no profanity, in the work now, and just trying to make sure that we are just reaching, touching, and changing lives.
Nice.
Thank you.
And also, there's another congratulations for you as well, on being crowned as the Crowned Global Queen.
Thank you.
Huh?
Thank you.
AFF. I'm saying, congratulations, Mama. You're doing big things.
Thank you. Super excited about that. That opens the door, because I have different charities as well that I do, and they got wind of my charities and wanted me to run for the Global Queen, so that way I can do my charities here as well as going to Africa, and they're going to partner with me, and I do my charities there as well. So God bless, open those doors. I was crowned queen of that, so I am looking to go to Africa. They said they want me to come, I believe it's either August or September, coming up here. So I'm going to go and make some appearances in Africa, and we're going to collaborate and get some of my charities grounded out there and running as well. And they want a chapter here in the U.S. that they want me to spearhead also. So they'll have my charity there, and I'll have their charity here, and we're going to just be working together, getting all that done. And then we'll also be traveling to different countries, continents, and just doing our charities and reigning as queens.
Okay, that's what's up.
That's
Nice.
amazing.
I
Nice.
love it. Yeah.
Nice. That's what's up. And shout out to Eric Hunter too, man.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Eric he's an amazing person to work with, and his
Yes.
heart is so big. Like
Yes.
he really cares about every single person we work with. He's
Yes, he
really big
does.
on giving everyone a chance. So he's just an amazing person to work with and to collaborate with. Sorry, I'm getting tongue tied. But yes, he's awesome to work alongside with.
Man, that's awesome. How do you give back to the community and helping others with that? Like how do you give back?
With EDH, we're looking in August. We're having EDH Cares. I just posted that this morning as well. We are going to be giving back to the community. We're going to host a day. We're passing out food. And other items to the less fortunate, we have a restaurant called Aunt Bill's on board. They're going to come up and they're going to have their food cart with them, and so they're going to be feeding people. We also have Mad Pizza on board, who donated some pizza for us to be able to hand out, to the community, because we are big on, being thankful for the blessings that God gave us. He put us on this big platform. So and especially myself, Eric as well. But our motto is, if God gave us this big platform, don't just use it for yourself. Use it to help and do for others as well. And going into my separate charities, I have one is kind of just like the EDH Cares, where I get donations and toiletries, and I go out and I pass out to the homeless and the less fortunate. And I do have an organization in Dallas that got wind of what I'm doing, and so they are on board, and so they are now a sponsor. Mine is called Alma's Purse, Models of the Heart, and so they are sponsors for my Models of the Heart now, and so they raise donations and send here in Houston for me to be able to give more than I'm able to give on my own. And another charity that I have is called the Give Love event, and for this one, I I get models together, because I'm a model first, so I get models. We raise donations, or they give donations, and we select schools, and so the donations that we raise, we use it to purchase something, something nice for a student. We have the school choose a student of, their choice, who showed the most improvement from the beginning of the school year to the end of the school year. So whether this improvement is academically or in their behavior, just something that shows that they showed tremendous increase, that they've elevated, that they've made that change. And so when we go in, we have our models. We do like a quick little mini fashion show. Sometimes I will have a music artist, with me, and let them perform as the models are modeling. And that particular student, we make them an honorary model for the day, so they get to model with us, and then we do the presentation to them. And what that does is it makes all of the other students excited, and because we want to show them, hey, we see you, and we see that the change that you made, and it's not unseen, because that plays a big part when a child goes to make that change, but nobody recognizes it, and so then they're like, well, what's the and so then when they're and I never want a child to be reach that what's the point phase, and so we want them to continue to push for greater and greater and greater. And from what I've seen from doing this, when I see the students seeing this child getting loved on, getting gifts, getting all of these accolades, then they're saying, oh man, I hope they come here next year and they pick me. And that's exactly what I want to hear from them, is that they want to be picked, which means, hey, I'm going to clean up my act. I'm going to try harder. I'm going to do better. So when they come back, I'll be the one on the runway.
Yeah, that's nice. I like that. And kids need that praise too, especially at that young age. Yes, they do.
And one thing I noticed, and my very first one I did that I loved about it, the school picked a young girl who she was she was just so smart. So she was already doing good academics, but she was struggling in other areas. And so the school shared with me, she kind of had some different issues going on with herself. And so when I called her name in front of the school, there were, every high school have their group of mean girls. And
yes,
so, mean girls, they were doing their mean girl thing, they were laughing, snickering, pointing, saying different things. But by the time it was over and they saw, like, we blessed her with so much stuff, prom dresses, hairdos, beauty shop, salon, we blessed her tremendously. And so when they saw her getting all this stuff and all of this praise and all of this love. By the time it was over, they were now smiling, wanting to be her friend, running up to her and like, congratulations, girl, so all of the little cattiness was over, at least for that moment, they weren't being catty. They were actually, at that point of accepting her. And I saw how her confidence level rose from the beginning, of the ceremony to the end. Because when I first called her, her head was kind of down. She was like, oh, no, 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 I don't want to go up. But then when, with her getting all this praise in front of everyone, she kind of had her head up. She was walking with her head up, shoulders back, and she was smiling. And she was like, yeah, this is all about me. And it was.
Right.
That's great. Because, I mean, the kids these days can be so mean.
Yeah.
And we really don't know what kids go through at school. It's different than from us. There's so much more elements to bullying than just,
Right.
just saying bad things to someone in person.
Yeah.
But that's amazing that y'all did that. And I mean, like, we see you sometimes. You never know what a person is doing unless you talk to them, like, seriously, deeply. And that's why I love this platform, because it gives us the opportunity to learn people on another level. And you're doing some really amazing things, ReRe. Like, keep it up.
Man, yeah, keep grinding.
Yeah. Is there anything that you would want to accomplish before this year is over with, that you like, by the end of the year, I want this to be done?
I do have a long. I'm always trying to keep it moving. So I have a long list of things that I want to accomplish. Personal things. I have a personal list of accomplishments. I have land in different places, so I do want to acquire more land. I have a I have a resort that I'm trying to build. So I'm trying to get that, grounded and up and running and going. And then in the business aspect, I'm just trying to continue elevating, with the modeling, with the acting, everything with EDH. We just, like I said before, we just have so much on the table right now that we're trying to get done. And so I just really want to see all of that come to fruition.
Yeah. That's what I want, some land. That's one of my accomplishments. That's one of the things that I want to accomplish is buy land, because they got plenty of money, but not, land is
valuable.
yeah.
Like, the older we get,
The
older we get, I understand just those conversations and how our grandparents was like, get land. Now, don't just buy a house. Own the land that your house is on.
That's right. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And you can pass that on through generations.
Exactly.
And especially with so much of land that, like, I'm just looking at how our neighborhoods are changing. Like, we're being pushed. So, like, and I heard somebody else say this, and I don't know who said it, but they said it better than I could, right? We're being pushed into the suburbs where, where we want it to be, you know what I'm saying? Where they used to be. And it costs more to get into town from there. It costs more sometimes, in other aspects, right? We have these big yards. Now there's this big yard bill, whatever. They're moving into the little cities downtown, closer to town, closer to work, where they can walk to work and commute. And they're getting the convenience. They're looking for convenience. And we're getting pushed out of some of the places that we used to be, and we're getting pushed further out. And so just like, we all, be like, hey, we want to buy land, but we also have to try to get some ownership of some of these condos and things that are being put up and put in, what I'm saying, in town. We have to also have land in town and out of town, on the outskirts of town.
That's right.
Because we're spending more now for everything, gas, taxes on land. I mean, just pretty much everything. And it's like, at one point, we're going to have to also try to do better with budgeting and saving so that we can purchase more and grow as a community.
Absolutely.
Yep, money management and investing, that, like, those you can retire yourself, your children, grandchildren. Investing, you really have to kind of tap in and educate yourself, on financial, just being better with your money.
Yep.
Agreed.
Absolutely. Put your money to work. That's what the advice that I
right.
have, the advice that I was given from a lot of people is put your money to work. Put it
Right.
to work. Those little soldiers, they call them little soldiers. Those little soldiers, put them to work. Everything go to work. So that you make money in your sleep, you know?
Mhm.
Let it work for you.
Yeah, that work for you instead of it you working so hard to
Right.
sleep.
For it, yeah.
Yes, ma'am. We got one more question before we let you go. Do you have any advice that you would like to share with the audience? A famous quote that you live by, or anything that you could tell your younger self, what you have learned up until this point.
I always like to say, just do it. Don't let anything hold you back. Not fears, not other people, not even yourself. If
That's
there is
right.
something that you want to do, go for it, do it, and make it happen.
That's right.
Awesome.
Boom, there it
That's
is.
awesome.
Thank you again for joining us, ReRe. Y'all give it up for ReRe.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Thank you very
Oh,
much.
amazing. Such an amazing person.